Hello there. Today we're going to talk about something that has affected almost every one of us. Addiction to social media. Why do we wake up with a phone? Why do we reach for the screen when we're bored, in pain, or just lonely? Why can't we stop after one video? Today I will tell you how social media creates addiction, how to tell if you're already trapped, what real, working steps will help you get free, and how to regain control of your attention, time, and life. If you're watching this video, it means you're already on your way to change. Why do we depend on social media? Social networks are not just applications. These are multi-billion-dollar companies with one goal: to keep our attention for as long as possible. The topics are revealed consistently to one: history, how social networks became like this. The first platforms gives algorithms, gives personalization, gives endless feed. If you don't pay, you become the product too. The dopamine system. Each notification is like a microdose of a reward. Algorithms select the content that elicits the most reaction. Constant micropleasures form a cycle of dependence. 3. The effect of unpredictable rewards. Just like in slot machines, you never know what you're going to get. TikTok Reels is the ideal environment for this mechanism. 4. Social need. Fear of missing out on important things. FOMO. Desire to be recognized. Counting likes gives anxiety and euphoria. Signs of addiction. Let's check ourselves. Here are 10 signs that social media is already monitoring you. You check your phone in the first 5 minutes after waking up. You live from notification to notification. It's hard to focus on a case without wanting to check it out quickly. You spend more time on social media than you plan. You feel annoyed when you don't have access to your phone. You compare yourself to the people from the feed. You feel anxious without a gadget. Scrolling has become a way to avoid unpleasant thoughts. Sleep is disrupted because of the phone. Social media gets in the way of work, studies, and relationships. If there are 4 or more, it's worth thinking about. If it's 7, it's already an addiction. But the good news is this can be changed. 1. How do algorithms use emotions? Anger, shock, surprise. Social media algorithms prioritize emotionally charged content because it elicits a stronger reaction, gives, which means you'll stay in the app longer. Why does it work? Emotions act on the ancient parts of the brain, the amygdala, responsible for survival. Strong emotions equals a signal this is important. Look further. What are the most addictive emotions? 1. Angera video that irritates or angers you holds your attention longer than any funny video. Anger makes you watch to the end, read the comments, argue, sharing. Look at that. The algorithm understands. Oh, it works. Give it more of that. Just shock. Surprise gives fright, gives adrenaline rush, gives increased attentiveness. The more sudden it is, the higher the chance of an inspection. 3. Surprise. This is the most pure emotion for the dopamine system. All the videos in the wow format are built around it. An important conclusion: the algorithm does not know what is useful to you. It only knows what keeps you going, and strong emotions hold the best point to why boredom has become unbearable. The brain gets used to the constant stream of stimulation, gives ordinary reality seems to quiet. Boredom was normal 20 years ago. We waited in queues. We rode in buses. We sat without entertainment before receptions. We had a quiet time without incentives. Boredom is a natural state in which the brain, it processes information, comes up with ideas, resting. What has changed? The phone made it possible to instantly escape from boredom. Any unpleasant feeling, gives. Swipe, gives, and you're in a sea of entertainment. What happens to the brain? The basic level of stimulation becomes very high. The usual quiet activities, reading, walking, waiting, seem slow. The brain demands more and more vivid stimuli. Like an addict, consequences. It is impossible to sit still. It's hard to think without external stimuli. A person cannot stand silence. 3. How concentration decreases from constant switching. More often we switch between tasks, the more our ability to concentrate for a long time is destroyed. Social media accustom the brain to microdoses of information. Short video gives next, gives next, gives next. No effort, no waiting. Instant gratification. The brain adapts. If something requires effort, gives, it's too slow, gives, let's have light content instead. Effects. 1. The depth of attention decreases. A person stops holding a thought for more than 10 to 20 seconds. 2. Memory drops to form memories. You need to hold the focus, gives, and we lose it. 3. There is a growing intolerance of long task. Studying, reading, and working become excruciating because there is no constant stimulation. For constant fatigue, brain spends energy on switching, gives digital overwork. Why is it unnoticeable? It seems, well, I'm just watching videos. But the habit of quick pleasure carries over for life. Person, he starts dropping things. Can't finish watching the movie, constantly distracted. Does not focus on the conversation. 4. Why willpower is not enough. The system is stronger. It's not a question of character. It's a fight against the industry. The reality is this. They work against an ordinary person, behavioral psychology specialists, neuroscientists, UX designers, big data, artificial intelligence, billions of dollars of investments. They test thousands of microcomponents to understand what keeps the user longer. Why willpower loses. 1. The brain works by ancient mechanisms. The pain stimulates, the trigger gives. Reward cycle, and it is stronger than rational decisions. 2. Mobility source is always in your pocket gives. The temptation is maximum. 3. The algorithm adapts less you sit. The more accurately it selects content to bring you back. For social networks disguise themselves as usefulnesses. Work, news, friends, all in one place. The trap is that useful. Functions high dependency. 5. Final conclusion, you're not the weak one. You are a person whose biology perfectly matches the design of the app. The system is designed so that you lose. But if you know the mechanisms, you can rebuild your behavior and get control back. 5 steps to start freeing yourself. 1. Measure the time. What to do. Open the statistics on your phone screen time, digital well-being, and see how many hours a day are spent on social media. Which apps do you open most often? At what points of the day do you reach for the phone more? Why is this important? When a person sees the numbers, the illusion of I hardly sit disappears. Mindfulness is control. But this is the first step towards it. A small task. Write down in your notes the 3 moments of the day when you log into social media most often. 2. Remove notifications. What to leave? Only vital signals, calls, work messengers, important contacts. What to disable? Social media notifications, pop-up banners, vibrations, red badges with numbers. Why is this important? 90% of app openings are not out of necessity, but because the phone itself called. By removing this hook, you reduce the number of automatic visits. A small task. Turn off notifications for at least one app, the one that consumes the most time. 3. Identify the triggers. What is a trigger? A situation or condition after which the hand automatically reaches for the phone. Examples of triggers: boredom between tasks, feeling of loneliness, anxiety, fatigue, the desire to postpone an unpleasant task, procrastination, awkwardness in public places. Why is it important to understand this? If you know what triggers the dependency, you can stop the process before you open the application. A small task. For the next 24 hours, notice, what did I feel 3 seconds before I picked up the phone? For create places without a phone. The phone doesn't have to be a companion in every moment of life. Where is it better to put your phone away? Bed, to improve sleep and reduce night scrolling. Desktop, to reduce distractions and stress. The dining table is to bring back awareness and pause during the day. How it works. The brain connects context with behavior. If bed equals screen gives you are drawn there automatically. If bed equals rest gives less traction. A small task. Today, try to eat without a phone. 1.5. Micro rituals of pauses. What is it? Small actions that take 10 to 60 seconds and help to switch the brain. When you want to open the tape. Examples: 10 deep breaths reduces impulsivity. 1 minute of silence helps the brain to calm down. Write in a notebook. Why do I want to take my phone now? This destroys automatism and regains control. Why does it work? When we stop even for a minute, the dopamine impulse weakens. The decision is no longer automatic. A small task. Take 1 deep breath before each visit to the social network. Just 1. This is already enough to slow down the momentum. If you want a tougher format, here's my detox plan. 1. Remove notifications. 2. Remove unnecessary apps from the home screen. 3. Limit social media time to a timer of 60 minutes per day. 4. 1 meal without a phone. A 5 to 1 hour walk without a phone. 6. Morning without gadgets until 10 o'clock. 7. The digital Saturday mini ritual, for hours completely offline. Advanced techniques content diet. Unsubscribe from people who cause stress gives. Subscribe to those who benefit. Cold start technique. With the first hour of the day is without a screen. Great design of the screen. Disable colors gives. Reduce attractiveness. The transition from consumption to creation will learn not to scroll, but to act. The question of stopping. Does what I'm doing now benefit me? What should I do if I have a breakdown? Disruptions are part of the process, but it's important how we react. Don't scold yourself. Determine when it happened. Ask 3 questions. How did I feel? What did you want to avoid? What would help instead of scrolling? To return to the plan without remorse. The final dependence on social media is not a verdict. It's just a habit that can be changed. You are not the sum of views and likes. You are a person who has a life, dreams and goals that are much more important than algorithms. If this video helped you, write in the comments . And if you want to continue, for example, a detox for 30 days or an analysis of the TikTok algorithm, let me know. Thanks for watching it to the end. You've already taken the first step.